Robot vacuums are hands down my favorite cleaning tool. I love how they are truly automated. Like, you actually don't have to do anything for weeks when you have them set up properly. The great thing about these robot vacuums is they've gotten better over time while simultaneously becoming more affordable. And Roborock sent me 2 of their budget-friendly robot vacuums, and I'm gonna go over what I think about them and which I think is better for which user. First up, the more affordable option is the Q5 Max Plus. This is normally $600, but right now it's only $280. They have a sale going on until December 22nd for this one, and this is a really great price for a robot vacuum that has an auto emptying dock, which is a feature I love because it just makes it even more automated. So this, you can go up to 7 weeks before you have to refill this, so it really is automated. Also, when you do go to take the bag out, I love how dust doesn't get anywhere. The design keeps everything very contained within the bag. When you get a robot vacuum, first thing you need to do is download the app and get it set up with Wi-Fi. I've always found it to be really easy with Roborock, so it takes me like less than a minute. You just have to press down these 2 buttons and then follow the instructions in the app to get it connected to Wi-Fi. We're in, we've got it connected, so we'll enter the device. I've let my place go a little over a week without vacuuming and having some people over. This rug I have tends to shed, and it can be difficult for some vacuums to handle, so I'm interested to see how it does with that. And the new Roborocks have a quick map feature where it can go through your house just quickly to scan it without vacuuming. It's using what they call precise sense LiDAR, so it doesn't have to actually go to every corner. It can scan from farther away. So here's the quick map it created. It took about 5 minutes, but if we want, I can now go ahead and create a no-go zone near my curtains just because I don't want it to get caught on that. So this is the benefit of the quick mapping feature, is if you want to set up some zones from the start, you can easily do that without waiting for the full vacuuming. All right, now for the carpet test. I was pretty impressed with how it handled the carpet because other vacuums I've had can get clogged from how this rug sheds, but this robot vacuum didn't get clogged at all. It has 5,500 pascals of suction power. A lot of entry-level robot vacuums have under 1,000 pascals, so this is way stronger, and you could tell when it got onto the carpet, I noticed the sound changed and it sounded like the suction increased. So this is the vacuum in real time. You can see it's able to pick up those pretty big pieces of the rug that had shed. The Q5 Max Plus has a runtime of 240 minutes, and it can do up to 3,767 square feet. So it can really handle quite a large home. I made the zone all over there, and it's so much cleaner. Just wow. So let's let it do this section too. One thing to point out about this robot vacuum that's different from other ones is it has dual rubber brushes that are counter rotating, so it prevents hair tangles. So this is a really good vacuum if you have pets, you have a lot of pet hair and it tends to get tangled. When it's done, like all robot vacuums, it goes back to the dock to charge, but it also empties the dustbin, which is a bit louder, but it only lasts for about 10 seconds. So I'll let you guys hear it. So it is louder than the vacuum operating, but it just lasts for 10 seconds and then the robot is emptied and ready to run again. I'm really impressed with how it handled the rug. It didn't get clogged, looks so much better. So I was a little nervous, like, will the robot vacuum have the suction power to handle this? And it did. I could hear it identify when it was on carpet and it increased the suction, and yeah, it's looking great. I think the dual roller brush really works well on carpet areas or if there's a lot of hair. Things didn't get tangled in it. It looks like almost brand new. And these dual roller brushes, you can pop them out every so often and take off this little end piece and clean them off. This is the one thing that you'll want to do to maintain it. You can see it just can get some hair, but it's super easy to clean, and then you can just pop these back into place. They click right in. We're gonna do a cleanup test. We have some coffee beans. It's hard to imagine a small vacuum like a robot vacuum picking up coffee beans, but I want to see if it can do this. More finer crumbs. This is quinoa. Dust, which is, you know, the majority of what it picks up usually for me is just like going under the couch, getting stuff like this. And then also some hair, just in case people have pets. I don't have a pet, but I just got some hair out of a brush, and we'll see if it gets caught in the rollers or how it does. So I set a cleanup zone and I let it go through 2 times because this is a lot more stuff than I would normally have on the floor. But I I was impressed. It was able to pick up the coffee beans, no problem. It got everything. So for areas where you're eating, this is great. It's gonna go through and clean things up in the kitchen. I probably would set mine to do this twice a day. I was also glad to see that it's able to climb up stuff a little bit. I have this shelf near my kitchen, and of course over time this is gonna gather dust. So I was really glad to see it's able to get up there and sweep everything up. I also wanted to see how it would handle getting near something that is on the ground. So let's say I leave this vase here. I was like close by just in case it was gonna knock it over, but it's really gentle. It touched it a little bit, but it would not have knocked it over. So this is good to see if you accidentally leave something on the ground that's fragile. It's pretty gentle. It's not gonna go and ram it over. And the vacuum is small enough, it's able to get into all these corners. It can go under my couch. You can see this side brush here is able to extend the reach of the vacuum, so you can get along the edge of the room and near corners, and it did a really good job. Especially in this clip, you can see it's able to grab that piece of dust, and that really is thanks to the side brush. Some other cool features of this vacuum is that it is able to charge during off-peak hours, so that can save you a bit of money. There's a fast cleaning mode which can clean 30% faster. This is good for daily areas like kitchens, and you can set custom routines, so you can have a regular cleaning schedule by room or by floor type. Overall, this is a great entry-level vacuum. It's a really good value. It performs very well on carpet, so if you've got a lot of rugs that shed, it's gonna handle that great. I also wanted to see how it would handle dog hair. Really, the ultimate test is my sister's house because she has 3 dogs. So I did a test to see how it would do, and you can see it does a great job handling the dog tumbleweeds. It can even grab it out of the corners, which is really important for a robot vacuum to do because that's kind of where a lot of the dog hair ends up. I also used it on this carpet. Since there's 3 dogs, I cycled the vacuum through 3 times, once for each dog, and you can see the carpet looked really good after. It was able to get both the carpet shedding and the dog hair from 3 different dogs, so that's impressive. So the Q5 Max Plus, overall great mid-range level robot vacuum. I think it's awesome for an apartment, although it can certainly handle a house as well because it has a really good runtime and can go up to 3,700 square feet. If you're looking for a robot vacuum that's got very powerful suction, can handle rugs that shed, pet hair, this is a great one and a really good value. Now the other vacuum is the Qrevo S. The main difference is that this one has detachable dual mops. It is more expensive, but it is also on sale right now. This one is $300 off right now. The Qrevo S has a multifunctional dock. So of course it's gonna auto empty any dust into the dustbin after it vacuums each time, but it also has the capability to wash the mops. And it has a detachable base for easy cleaning. On the dock, there's a clean water tank and a gray water tank. When it's cleaning on the dock, you don't actually see it doing it, but this is from Roborock itself. This is kind of what it looks like when the mop is self-washing, and then it also has a warm air drying function. I'll do a full mop washing test later, but a little more on the specs. This one has 7,000 pascals of suction power, so even stronger than the last one. And it can vacuum and mop simultaneously, saving you quite a bit of time if you tend to mop often. The Qrevo also has more advanced obstacle avoidance. You can see in this shot, it comes all the way up to my camera, but it never actually touched it. I did the same test with the vase, and it gets close, but it doesn't actually touch it. So it does a better job at obstacle avoidance than the Q5 Max Plus. This is my favorite example. I like how it gets really close to the object, so it's cleaning right up next to it, but it's not ever actually touching it. If you have kids or something and things are kind of randomly left on the floor a lot, this vacuum is a good option because it can avoid stuff on the floor. I gave this vacuum some challenges as well. First one is a dried on stain that just happened to be on my floor. I think the first couple times it kind of missed it, so I just set this area to clean like 4 different times, and eventually it did clean it off. So these mops are able to handle dried on stains. And then I also spilled some soy sauce on the ground and let the mop go over it so that we could see how the mop cleans itself. With the dried on stain, it doesn't really make a difference with how the mop looks, but obviously with some soy sauce is going to stain it brown, so I thought this was a pretty good test. But let's go ahead and clean them, and I'm going to turn the audio on so you can see how loud it is.
Starting to wash the mop.
So you can see it's actually pretty quiet. You can kind of hear the gargle of the water, but it's actually much quieter than when the dustbin is emptying. Okay, it just said the mop is done washing, so let's check out how it looks before it resumes cleaning. Oh yeah, it looks cleaner. I do think after a while you'd want to take these off and maybe put them in the washing machine, but I think it's good that it can wash it really quickly each day as well. You don't have to each time. And then this we can take out So it's nice that you can actually detach this piece, because in other vacuums, you have to clean it out manually, and it's just difficult to do because it's kind of inside the vacuum dock unit. But here you can just rinse it off and put it back. And these mop pads automatically lift up when the robot senses that it's on carpet. So unless the pile of the carpet is very high, it's going to hover above the carpet. This vacuum is able to do a smart plan, so it can clean different rooms in different ways. And you can customize this yourself too if you want. So I made it in the kitchen to do vacuum and mop, and to use a lot of water when it mops in here, because I feel like the kitchen kind of needs a little extra mopping. I set the living room to only vacuum because it's really mostly the carpet, but I put it on the highest vacuum setting. And then for my room, I made it only vacuum, but I put it on kind of like a medium vacuum setting. So the Qrevo is more powerful, more versatile, just a little more robust. It is a little more expensive, but can also save you a lot more time because it has the mop feature, so you don't have to manually mop as often. So that is a look at most of the features of these vacuums. I think overall, the Qrevo S is better if you have a lot of hard surfaces, if you have kids and pets, and if you just don't want to mop. It's more of a time saver if you've got a house with a lot of tile and things like that. And again, good for kids and pets because obstacle avoidance is really good on this one. Whereas this, I really like for my apartment because it's a little bit smaller. The suction is still really powerful. It was able to clean my carpets so well. I mean, this one is technically more powerful, but I felt like this was just enough, really. If you don't want to sweep and dust every day, this is a really good everyday robot vacuum. Good value too, $280, and you get the auto emptying dustbin. Like, that's a really good deal. Roborock is also doing a giveaway of their newest product that they're going to be announcing at CES. They're calling it the #RockTheWishlist giveaway. So I will have the landing page down below. There's instructions there if you want to learn how to enter. You can head over there if you want to enter for a chance to win their newest product. Both of these robot vacuums are on sale for the holidays, so check that out. I'll have more information down below. All right, that is going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.